Welcome back, everyone, to my Leave Speech Mode. Before I get into today's episode, I need to make something clear. Views and opinions expressed on here on my Leave Speech Mode are mine alone. They do not reflect Farmtown Radio or Metropolitan State University. I gotta say this at the top so we are all on the same page. Now, I want to start this episode a little different. I cannot ignore the tragedy that happened at Annunciation Catholic School. To the families who lost their babies, to those who survived, to the staff and everyone impacted, my deepest condolences to you. There really aren't words that make sense in this moment like this, because sending your child to school should never come with the fear that they won't come home. Schools are supposed to be safe spaces, learning spaces, and yet we are here again talking about another school shooting. This was a senseless act, and it should not have happened. And it keeps reminding me that we cannot just say thoughts and prayers and then move on. At some point, this country has to be serious about policies, protection, and actually valuing the lives of children over politics, sending but nothing but love to those families, holding spaces for them, and I'm calling this out plain and simple. This cycle has now. And let me transition us into today's episode. Because we are stepping into a new season, I want to talk about that too. So first off, this is my fall of 2025 semester at Metro State. My classes this term are understanding and addressing race in the workplace, employment law, college algebra, and microeconomics. It's a heavy mix, but I choose these on purpose. Employment law ties directly into my HR path. Understanding race in the workplace is already pushing me to think deeper about systemic issues. And then, of course, college algebra and microeconomics. Those are the skills and foundations I need to really round out my degree. I am not going to lie though. Algebra might give me a run for my money, but I am determined to put the work in. One of the reasons why I missed the last 2 weeks of posting was because I was getting myself grounded for this new term. I didn't want to just hop on here without giving myself time to breathe, plan, and show up ready for y'all. So if you notice the gap, that's what that was. Life was lifing and school was calling. Now, on the mom side of things, my son is heading into the 5th grade this year. Y'all, the 5th grade. I blinked at the beginning of the year and now here we are. My hopes for him are simple but real. I want him to feel safe. I want him to stay curious. I want him to keep building the confidence in who he is. I want him to know that he has the right to take up spaces, ask questions, and dream big. 5th grade is such a transitional year, and I'm praying that he has teachers who will see him, support him, and nurture his gifts. So between my classes and his, it's like we're both in school together this season. We are learning, adjusting, and pushing forward. I think that's a message for a lot of us. New seasons are about growth, even when it feels heavy, even when the world feels uncertain. I know today's episode has some tough issues, like with the school shooting. But that's a part of why I do this podcast, to hold space for what is happening in the world, while also speaking on my journey, my community, and my hopes for it. So as I close this out, I want to leave you with this. Stay present, stay hopeful, and keep speaking bold, even when it feels like the world is trying to silence you. Thank you for tuning into my Leave Speech Mode, and I'll be back in a few weeks with more.